because you lost does not mean that you were wrong. Because I mean, if Hitler had successfully invaded Britain and slaughtered every social democrat, every member of the Labour Party in Britain, you could say afterwards, well, we should have all become fascists. We should have all joined Oswald Mosley because then maybe he wouldn't have killed us. But that doesn't prove that you should have become fascists. It just proves that you lost.
Exactly.
The right thing to do was still the right thing to do, even if you were facing an overwhelming force that you couldn't ultimately defeat.
Absolutely. And also, victory and loss are temporary, right? Like, there was a moment where the Soviet Union was a fact. It no longer is. Empires fall, governments crumble, and it's always been a project of authoritarians and fascists to pretend that their rule is both inevitable and eternal, but it's not. And then you judge and you look at it and you're like, were they right? Were they wrong?
But I like that you separated these two questions. If you say, well, you can have the argument about, well, what's Eastern Europe too racist to accommodate Jews? And then they can argue that the Bund was wrong about that. We can say, well, Hitler wasn't necessarily going to rise to power, et cetera, et cetera.